Oh, right, I'm live. I'm live. Right, I'm here. Right then. Yeah, it's just me on as usual. I should have advertised, really. I wish I did. I just had such a busy week. Uh, but I said I'd be on Sunday night, 7 o'clock. I don't know how long I'll be on for. See what pops up. So this week, she'll put some music on. We need a bit of. We need some clapping to get into the personality. There you go. Oh, I love YouTube for sound effects. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Right, let's go back to that. And right, back on set live show. Right, so Shazam's in with the reviews. We've had some really good reviews with Shazam. Apparently, it's going to be the film that will save the DCU. Star Trek Discovery. I'm sorry, but it bored me to death this week. Star Trek Discovery. Absolutely boring. I just couldn't connect to episode and nanites and the origins of Star Trek and the Borg. I don't think it's the Borg. Well, I hope not. Because if they brought the Borg into it to discover it, I'm just going to switch off. Star Trek's never been really good with time travel. Do you know what I mean? It's well, they've had like City on the Edge of Forever's a masterpiece. It really is. You know, because it goes into consequences of time travel. Kirk meets a woman who we love, like, out of all of them, I think Edith Keeler was the one, who we loved. But the thing is, like, he had to sacrifice her because if he didn't save her, time would just like go crazy, it won't, the Federation won't exist and all that. And it's a powerful moment when she gets knocked over by that car, and he's powerless to stop her, and you get an impact from that episode, do you know what I mean? But we discover it. I like the whole Mirrorverse thing, but the whole time travel thing, I'm getting a bit worried. It's just that there's been a few bad episodes of Star Trek and time travel, Hi, Jane, how are you? It was good to see you. Have you had a nice week? And have you been watching Geeks and Gamers this week? I've not really tuned into them this week, Jane. Geeks and Gamers. Yeah, I saw Jeremy in the car the other day. I was saying that when he's in the car. Yeah, I've had a great week. It's been up and down, Jane. Up and down, Yeah, I went out last night. Had a really good time last night. I had a nice day yesterday, But yeah, it's just I just watched Star Trek Discovery about an hour ago. I'm not very happy with it. It's quite bad. So yeah, I've been watching Geeks and Well, I've watched it a couple of times this week. I'm just getting a bit fed up with him and his voice, Yeah, a friend of mine. I was talking to him. He's seen him. When I was out yesterday, my friend said to me, I said, have you seen Geeks and Games? Yeah, him. Jeremy from Geeks and Games called you. Hey, did he? Really? Oh. I mean, honestly, Jane, what is it? What is it? I mean, there were no need for that. Do you know what I mean? But he's, he thinks he's Mr. Common Sense with his, I suppose, right-winger views. I've got a mate who's quite right-wing, and a friend of mine called him right-wing, and he kicked off about it. Well, he's not right-wing. He's just sort of in with them views, you know what I mean? It's all. I know you're in US over there. It's pretty crazy in UK at the moment. I dare to say it. The B word, the Brexit. I mean, it's just crazy. I'm not going to go into whose views or the politicians there are just useless. Our constitution, we're in a constitutional crisis. But yes, when I watch Jeremy's video, it makes me feel safe for democracy. Oh, I totally agree. I probably will watch some tonight, actually. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Pete. How are you, mate? Yeah, I'm going to say, Pete, you know, I watched Discovery today. I only finally got round to watch it. And I'm going to say it, mate, it was a bloody terrible episode. They're going into time travel, Pete. You know what that means? Star Trek and time travel. It's not good. It's time travel all the way. And Borg nanites, Pete. It could be Borg nanites. Yeah. I'm worried. 7 episodes to go. Yeah, photon torpedoes from Warp and the Cell. Yeah, it's looking that way, bud. Honestly, today's episode, I just wasn't impressed. Yeah, well, do you remember the classic episodes like Sit at the Edge of Tomorrow and all that with Kirk and John Collins? I was just on about that when I started streaming. You know, that was just an amazing episode. They got time travel right, didn't they? But this, it's like Burnham's mother. Again, she's the focus of the destiny of this thing. It's all on her, and I they shouldn't be doing this. Jane, Geeks and Gamers continues. Brie Larson's all right. I mean, she's not. You know, we've moved on from Captain Marvel now, haven't we? That was like 4 weeks ago. You know, and it took nearly $1 billion. You know, Jane. So I think the people at Disney will be very happy with their bank account this year. You know, they can knock it and bang it and pan it or whatever. But it took $1 billion, hasn't it? And they're still advertising it now. So the numbers are going. It's just, I don't know. I sort of tuned into Jeremy a couple of times this week. And have you watched him in the car? And is it the Mustang when he's driving about? Pete, Alan Ellison is at his best. He's got a bollocking off some drink because of my comments on STD. Oh, really? Told him to, yeah. Well, classic answer, Pete. Told him to frack off. Real Talk Channel, how are you, bud? Have you had a good week? Oh, Jane, yeah, he's driving around in a car and he gets all manly in the car. Like, you know, he gets really manly about politics and that. He's driving up motorway that accelerated with gears, you know. Have you not had a good week, bud? Why, is everything all right? Yeah, I've had a sort of good week. It's been up and down. I had a good day yesterday. Well, I went to this film event yesterday afternoon. And it was absolutely terrible. It was David Warner, you know, who's the baddie and everything. We're in Next Generation. There is 4 lights, you know, Captain Picard. 5 lights, you know. Well, I went there and he wasn't there, cleared off. And there was hardly anybody there, but Caroline Munro was there, you know, from Bond movies. And what is it? Oh, the time that land forgot. You know, I'm going back there, aren't I, guys? Well, no, Jane, yeah, it's just no problem driving in the car. It's Jeremy, though, isn't it? You know, I agree with a lot of what Jeremy says about self, but it comes to I bet you've made it. Yeah, I totally get that because he is. I will give it that. You do watch him, don't you? But it's how he is. There's this underlying nastiness to it. That is the problem. And he is right a lot about the Star Wars last movie. Which I think he has a point on quite a few things. But he's outright nasty about it. And I think you've got an opinion and you can express that. I really do believe that. But I mean, he milked it he went on about it for month after month after. Must have been 6 months, you know. I mean, bloody hell, new film's out in the new film out in December. Have you seen the picture? Did you see the poster? They've got a new cute furry film back and an announcement this week. We're getting an Ewok movie. bloody hell, not the Ewoks. They can't bring them back. I hate the bloody things. Right, hang on. RTC Talk Channel. I'm trying to make a video since Friday. What's your video about, RTC? What are you going to do a video about? I met David Warren in Plymouth. Oh, is he deaf? Oh. Yeah, well, he must be knocking on now, Pete. I went to this film fair in Camden and there was nobody on the door, so I just walked in. Caroline Munro was there. She's lovely, isn't she? And I've never met David Warner. I really wanted to see him. And I bought some DVDs. I bought some Doctor Who stuff, actually. I bought Doctor Who, the Sontaran War Set, the original Doctors. And I got another version of Key to Time. And I bought, Batman Assault on Arkham Asylum. Batman Bad Blood. And I picked up Randall and Upkirk from the 60s. So I'm quite excited about that. That's it. Oh, about rap. Cool, man. That's really cool. When you open to finish the video, I know when I start videos, mate, like talking about stuff, I have to think about what I'm going to talk about. You know, I should edit my videos and put credits in, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. Because like by the time you've done it and then uploaded it and that, you know. But I'm going to start editing my video. I've just got some new editing software. So I'm going to start using that. You mate, it'll come to you. The flow of it. RTC, it will come to you. You know, you just give it time when you're ready, mate. You know, I did Discovery video. I've just done it now. It's just loading. My Discovery review. Hang on. Right, I'm just going to publish it now. Right, I've published it. Right, now put it on. Right, right, so that's it. Discovery video. Well, that's it. Right, so I'll share it now to Twitter. Right, so shared that. So yeah, I've just uploaded my Discovery review. Not happy with it. So Facebook onto. Yeah, I do a Facebook page, guys. Martin Sci-Fi Peel on Facebook. You can contact me through that. Or you can go to my actual Facebook, send us a friend request, Martin Fowler. It's connected to my Martin Sci-Fi page. Hang on, right, put that up. Share the page you manage. DJ Martin Fowler, no, Martin Sci-Fi page. Right, so that's it. Start with Discovery Reviews now up. Right, leave that, get rid of that. Right, sorry guys, I'm back. Done that. All right, sorry, I'll catch up now. I met David Warren in Plymouth night, but I didn't know he was deaf, Pete. Oh, I bet he must be knocking on though. Jane, Lucasfilm never going to listen to those Toxic Star Wars. No, well, I don't think they will, Jane. I think they'll take on board fan opinion. You know what I mean? But they've made how much? 40 billion in the last how many years? And there's still a massive fan base, which is quite loyal to it, you know. But people are not going to be taken for mugs though. Because like when they released all last lot of memorabilia for the last movie, it was all crap. I bought some of it and I sold it on. There were no quality with any memorabilia, you know. Pete, I don't like how every person who complains about Star Wars is priest-faced with toxic disagreement should be an act of revolution. Yeah. Well, Pete, if a movie's crap, it's crap, isn't it? It's you know, it's crap, and people are going to make the points about it, like we do every week, don't we? You know, we've had some good discussions about it, but like the thing, it was a crap film. I'm sorry, it was a crap film, but Kathleen Turner, I think she did cross the line with what she did to films, and I thought the director was useless. You know, Jane, who you like more, Collider, John Carroll, the Tech Center? Oh, I like Collider. I don't mind John Campbell. I like Nerd with Jessica. So is it Jessica Sobar? Is it Nerd? I like that. You know, I think they're really good. There's quite a few. I I like the Star Wars review channels. I'm trying to think of the names now. I don't know about Mike Zero. A lot of people said a few things about him, but I do like some of his stuff. You know, have you seen Generation Tech? They're fantastic, them guys. Really well organised outfit. They do great reviews, and they talk about like other possibilities in the universe. And check out Generation Tech, Jane. They're really good. Yeah, I've heard that, Jenny. He is. That's what I mean. I don't troll people, you see. And so if I get trolled, I just delete them. When I started this about 3 years ago, I used to get upset. You know, 'cause I don't really want to get into big, like, pointless arguments with people, you know, because they have an issue with you. You know, I do it because I love science fiction. And I just love science fiction in all its forms, you know, but there is some terrible science fiction out there. And recently, with some movies, we've been like some big film companies have just tried taking piss out of us all, haven't they? You know, they make a film, it's absolutely crap. And we get this big build up when we go see it, we're like, well, that was terrible. Look at who's seen Mortal Engines? My God, that was terrible. Mortal Engines. Honestly, I watched it online. I saw it anyway, you know, and it took me 5 hours to watch it. I kept stopping it and going off and doing something else. Do you know what I mean? And it was a good copy. It was terrible, you know, but I thought the film was something great and unique, you know, as an idea, and it was terrible. That's not that. I don't really care, but it's not. No, I agree, Pete. You're right. You're right. I think, yeah, I agree. We've criticised quite a few things, haven't we? You know, and we've disagreed on things like, you know, but I totally agree. If something's crap, it's crap. It's, you know, we've watched it for years, science fiction, you know, and we watched the original Doctor Who, and there's so much quality in the older stuff which outdoes the new stuff. I just think we're like the geeks and gamers thing. I don't want to like put the channel down because I do watch it, but I just think I think he's quite an obnoxious person, you know, and he's bringing politics into it as well. Do you know what I mean? Bringing his views and it's up to him, right? Because you know I'm a great believer in freedom of speech, but I just why be nasty about it? You know, right? I mean, they did Star Wars. The people that running the show, they've screwed up big time, haven't they? They did. They thought the franchise were let's go make it, you know, and make money out of them because they're all just pay it. No, we won't pay it. You know, we probably know more about the bloody franchise than the people that are making it now. You know, but I've got a feeling the next Star Wars film may be okay. Jane, are you looking forward to the Mandalorian? Mike said, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I've heard quite a lot about him. I've seen videos people complaining about him. Is it Jacob Fladder? Eckhart Fladder's good. You know, I've watched some of his Star Wars review. They're quite good. Guys, check out Generation Tech. It's this American guy, British guy. They're really good. You know, and they do some great videos. Jane, have you seen the new Disney movie? No, I've seen the trailer, Jane. It looks amazing, and I think I'm going to go see it. I saw Dumbo as a kid. I loved it. You know what I mean? I love. Pete, The Expanse. The Expanse is fantastic. I can't wait for season 4, mate. I'm just on. You know what I mean? I waited 2 years to watch season 2. I did try downloading it, but I couldn't find it anywhere really. And finally, Amazon saved it, and I was so excited. So I made a video. You know when Dark Matter. So I love Dark Matter. I know I've gone on about it, but Dark Matter were amazing. And The Expanse came out at the same time. And Expanse is fantastic, intelligent, deep. It's got it all, hasn't it? And what an ending! Last ending with the you know, with the wormholes opening up inside that bigger wormhole with all the doorways to different parts of the universe. You know, absolutely brilliant. And I think it's end of this month it's coming. You know, and I'm looking forward to, I saw the 100. I don't know if you guys watched the 100. I saw the trailer for the 100 yesterday when I got in last night. I was very excited about it. Book 2. I do recommend the 100, guys. It's not a teenage thing. Because a friend of mine said, you've got to watch it, Martin. It's not a teenager thing. It gets into something else and it's insane. Brilliant. What's that? Space Dumber. Red Bull. Oh, are you, Red Bull? How are you, mate? Have you had a good week? Pixels is brilliant. Do you know, Red Bull? I got excited on trailer about Pixels, right? And I saw it and I didn't like it first time. And I think it were on Netflix over Christmas and I watched it. And I was pretty hammered actually. And you know, I quite enjoyed it. It's not a bad film. It could have been better, but the potential and the story was really good. I gave Pixels a second chance. Pete, have you read the books to Expanse? Yeah, there's 9 books in there. I Wikipedia'd the books, but I might start going out and buying them. Have these series detracted a lot from the books? I've heard it's quite to the books, which is unusual. Yeah, but I mean, like the thing with Geeks and Gamers, we do watch it, don't we, guys? You know what I mean? But like you said, he is obnoxious, isn't he? You know, but he's had 6 million views in a month, you know. So, but yeah, again, that's why he's doing it. I think he's trying to he wants to get his thing off into a brand, you know. You know, like an all-round media, pop culture, gaming, science fiction, cult movie, all that, you know, getting it all as a franchise. Yep, it's based around. Yeah, well, that's the thing. But yeah, this is it. A lot of us don't agree what things people say, but you know, I'm a great believer in free speech, Pete. But I think, for me, and this is my opinion, that I think if you're gonna, the responsibility goes with it. You know. I mean, I'm quite political. You know, I believe in what I believe in, but I discuss it like off air. I talk about it with friends and family and stuff. I had a good chat with my brother today, and we're on the total opposite ends of, you know, the B word, Brexit. You know, but it's you know, we got on really well, and we're all right. Nice chat actually. I've read Aunt Jane. Ken Knapsack from Clyde wrote Star Wars book Kawhi. Why will Star Wars the great moments that build a character far, far away? I might take a look at that, Jane. Sounds interesting. If Jeremy took his hat off, would fall off. You know, there's a UK word for him, Pete, and you know what that word is, don't you? If he lived, you know, if you know what we say about him in the UK, don't you? The WANKER word. You know, oh, we've all come across one or two of them in our lifetimes. So Article 13, I know. I'm not happy about the Article 13. It has got me a bit worried, you know. I mean, you can't even make memes now. You know what I mean? Well, apparently, it's not enacted yet. Is it enacted yet, Article 13? Because I've got a friend who does other videos, and he's a bit worried about it. But he puts a lot of music on his, you know, and he's had a few of his videos flagged. But he did say that it's other people doing the same content as him. Axel Voss's prick of the year. Yep. Go down. I'm on with you that, buddy, definitely. So, Pete, have you read all 9 books then? Do any aliens turn up? Not like them what we see running around on TV. Is there actually? I know there was an alien race that died out and built all this, but is there other aliens out in the universe out there who they come across? That's all. If you know, I don't want to spoil the kid. Just reveal that to me. So I might buy the books actually. I've seen them on Amazon. RTC is and he's from Germany. Yeah, well, there you go. It's our German brothers for you. And yes, Martin is a massive onanism. Oh, God. I know all these new big words coming out, isn't there? I think the problem is it's identity politics. But we're all like equal, aren't we? I'm a bit of an hippie, you know. Well, not a total hippie, but I've got a bit of a hippie thing, you know. I want the world to be like one big federation. We go to other planets and seek out new life. Oh, sorry, I sound a wanker. I apologise. Right, hang on. And Voss is Prick of the Year. Right, hang on. I've got to do this. I think he deserves this. That's for you, Voss, Prick of the Year. And here we go again. Right. Definitely. Right, hang on. Axel voted Prick of the Year. Jane, quite sure. Jane, Ken Knapsack from Collider wrote a Star Wars book called Why. All right, sorry, I've read that. I've read 7 books for that, and it's suggested, but not yet. Right. Okay. Right, I'm not going to ask anyone. I'm going to get the books. I did sort of read them. I didn't know there were that many books. So we've got, after this 4th season, 5, more or less, 5 seasons or 4 more seasons, or whatever. It's quite a lot. I'm really happy about that. The Expanse is fantastic. I don't like Jeff Bezos that owns Amazon, but he did save The Expanse, you know what I mean? Right, hang on. I'm an equal cell libertarian quality for all person. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I go for, Pete. You know, as long as I back anybody's belief in it. As long as you're not hurting other people, you know. Yeah, that's what I think most people can do what they want. I think most people get on with each other. We just want to do our thing. As long as you're not hurting anybody. If people want to be religious, that's up to them. I'm not religious, but I don't knock people that are religious. I respect what they're into. You know, like I said, I'm not going to go into the old Brexit thing, but I've got friends that voted different to what I voted for. But we all get on. The other people that are messing it up is the politicians. Most of us, because I think we're all fighting for the same thing, really. We just all want better standards in his own country, you know. But France thought, oh well, that's the French, isn't it? Real talk, you know. They're like, but yeah, Germany's quite open in Germany, though. Do you know what I mean? But I can't. A good friend of mine, she's German, so I can't really say so much there. Pete, I really would appreciate that, mate. Contact me this week on Facebook. You know, guys, I am on Facebook. If you want to contact me, just send me a friend request. You know, it'd be cool. Bloody French, arty, bloody Swedish. Press the wrong buttons, morons. In Germany, we have 6 major parties. That's a lot. That is a lot. We've got we've got 3 main ones, but we've got a lot of independent ones popping up now. UKIP, is it UK Party, the Greens. We've got 1 Green MP, but the dominant ones are Labour and Conservatives, like the DUP, all these like other parties, but there's 2 main parties that dominate. But RTC, you know, the situation with it, Our politicians are useless. All of them. This is all of them. Even the great ones that said they could do that, all of them are useless. I think as a country, we're all just sick to death of it now. So I think I don't know where it's all going to go, but there is talk of another general election again. Every day it's on the news. Every day, and everybody's got an answer. But it's politics. It'd be great if we could, get rid of all bloody politicians. Get rid of all of them. They get £77,000 a year. Do you know that? And expenses. And they voted themselves a pay rise. I'm sick to death of it. And there's a lot of problems in this country really need sorting out because they've ignored it for too long. But I think there's a paradigm shift coming. Where it's going, I don't know. But we 1 million people last week. There were loads of people on, thousands on Friday. 2 different sectors of voting people. But I think we all share one thing in common. We all want change. And I think that's what could bind us all together. And our politicians are just so corrupt and useless. There is 1 or 2 good ones, but there ain't enough of them. It's all about ego with them and the importance of that. We need a federation, guys. A united federation of planets. That's what we need. Or an emperor, We need an Emperor Palpatine to rule the country, from his Death Star. Hang on. Our party's a morons, Craig. Yes! And imbeciles. Totally agree with you. Yeah. Real talk. CDU, might right. SPD. Left Green Party, FDP. Low taxes, left, right. Yeah, well, that's what it is there. Left and right. We need to get back to centre ground politics. We've got an housing crisis. We've got all this stuff going on that needs sorting out. We've got massive stabbings, knife crime out of control. Police got laid. Honestly, I'm not going into it. It's insane, guys. And I don't have an answer to any of it. And we've all got. I respect everybody's opinion. I do. Real talk. We have a party called Die Potter. Really? And they're a satire party, but they're not in Parliament. Yeah, we've got the equivalent we've got to that. They're not in. It's the Monster Raving Loony Party. They never get in, but they turn up on election night when our politicians get voted. They turn up dressed as clowns and stuff and stand on stage next to them. The Monster. They do a better job of running this country. Real talk. We have a party called it. All right, Jen. Is the physical media gone in 3 years? Well, I don't know, Jane, because I went to a film fair and I bought 5 DVD box sets. Do you know what I mean? I don't have a film collection like I've got. I'd say I've got a lot of stuff. I've got steel books, but I've got about 300 DVDs in a folder because I don't want them on wall, and I've got quite a few box sets, but I keep trading them in. So. But I have got an hard drive, 1,000 gig hard drive, and I've got a lot of stuff in there, and I've been putting Orville into it recently. So, do you know what I mean? French people like to protest, we like to create new parties. We just have debates, real talk. I mean, yeah, all our lot do is just debate all the time and nothing gets done, honestly. It's a sort of situation. I'll have 3 months of debate, falling out and all this. We might have it's just gone to chaos in this country, honestly. What we need is the empire. We do. We need the Death Star to turn up in orbit and say, now that's it. You sort your acts out. But that's me on politics. So, guys, are you going to see Shazam this week? The reviews for Shazam have been spectacular by all accounts. you know, have been completely spectacular. Shazam. I'm going Friday, so going Friday morning actually. So I will review it, and I won't give any spoilers, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. Wasn't he in? Do you remember him that's played Captain Marvel? Isn't he? Wasn't he in that TV series, Chuck? Do you remember Chuck? You know, he's with Yvonne Strahovski or something. He got sort of that thing in his head where he could like memory flash stuff. And he works in that superstore, like a monster retail shop. You know. And it were really good. Well, it were good for the first couple of seasons, wasn't it? Yeah. Do you remember it, Jane? It was like with CIA. And then I think it might end at second season. He got karate skills. And and then he married her at end because it were on and off between them. And it were really funny in parts. And his dad were Captain Archer. That was good. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? That's him. I thought it was. But you know the film we're all waiting for this month, don't you? 26th of April. You know that film. Dare I say it? Avengers Endgame. Is it Avengers Endgame? 3 hours, 4 minutes. Good God. 3 hours and 4 minutes. That's like one of them big epics from 50s, isn't it? You know. What is going to happen in that film? Because we don't know, do we? Where it's going to end. We know he's going to, obviously. We know the universe gets restored. We know that. Because of Spider-Man Far From Home. But what's going to happen to Thanos? What's the final battle going to be like? And is it that we know we've got the six original Avengers. Then we've got Rocket, Nebula. Oh, we've got Ant-Man. He's added. And we've got Shuri. Shuri survived as well. So we've got Shuri. So I think there's 9 Avengers, isn't there, altogether? But it's gonna be. I mean, it's good. Rumor has it we might see Nova. You know, remember Nova? Oh yeah, Captain Marvel. So we've got 10 of it. Yeah, you're right. Forgot about her. I think there'll be people happy about that. And I like that. I like the trailer where she stood there and Fall calls Stormbreaker. You know, it's a great scene. You know what I mean? She doesn't smile. She's not fazed by anything, is she? At all. She's a bit serious, though, isn't she? I need a calendar for her. I need a captain for Avengers Endgame. Yeah, I think I will. I think I don't know if it's that good. I mean, I might go in again, you know, same day, like. But it is 6 hours in cinema plus adverts and that in it, you know. But I saw Infinity War. I went straight back in. You know, I just went back in and sat through it again. You know, the whole sort of Infinity War thing. And, you know, I think I needed that. You need to see it twice quick just to take it all in. But Avengers Age of Ultron, I just watched it and went up. It was all right, Age of Ultron, but it could have been better, couldn't it? You know, it could have been a lot better, Age of Ultron. Yeah, 3 hours, 4 minutes, Jen. You know, for the whole film. It's a real long time. You know, I think last film was 2.5 hours, wasn't it? But I'm going to watch that again, actually. Not yet. What I'm thinking, I might sit down and watch first Avengers, second Avengers, Infinity War, and then, you know, that's sort of like get myself into the flow of it. I've got to admit, I do like the MCU. I'm such a fan of the MCU. I mean, guys, what do you prefer, MCU or Star Wars first? I mean, what would you go for? For me, it's MCU. Both. Yeah, I mean, I do like I said after the last Star Wars film, Jane, I wasn't too impressed. But I'm looking forward to the third one because I've got a feeling after all fan pressure and all other stuff with last Star Wars film, I think because Abrams is in it now, so they might get it restored. I love Force Awakens, Jane. I thought that was a good film, even though it was a complete rip-off of The Last Hope, you know. But the Ewoks are coming back. You know, Ewoks, they're coming back. They're doing a film this summer. You know, but did you know that the Ewoks, apparently, they're not cute and cuddly, they're cannibals? Because when they were like knocking off Stormtrooper, they were eating them. Apparently, right. Because when they get out into the universe, they start eating people. Ewoks, apparently. Yeah, I'm not making this up, guys. This is being serious. Ewoks are cannibals. Vicious little critters. They're all on you and they eat you and everything. They're quite savage. They're not like where you like a cat in it, really. You know, you think they're all cute and they're outside boxing and everything. Oh God, Gone with the Wind. Do you know I've actually seen that? You know, Gone with the Wind. They showed it on. I saw it as a kid. It was on Christmas one day. It went on. They showed it in 2 parts on BBC. Are you excited, Pete? What about War at Wells? There's been nothing much said about War at Wells. That's the. You know, I heard it was going to be. It should have been on at Christmas. I've seen the Walkers. They look all right. I wanted it more to book, and it's set during First World War this time. They took it from that documentary, didn't they? You know, but I'm prepared to give it a chance. It is BBC, even though I don't watch BBC. Pete, prefer original Star Wars version. Yeah, I prefer old canon, Pete. I really like the expanded universe, you know, with the Yukon Vong invasion and all that. That race that came from outside the galaxy and that. And Chewbacca got killed. You know, I did prefer, I really did like the expanded universe. But I did like when they brought, but I do like Clone Wars, the cartoon series, which I think is superb. You know, the Clone Wars, and I liked Rebels. I love Rebels. I've not seen the new Star Wars cartoon. I know they've done it, another one, haven't they? I've not seen it yet. But Jane, the Mandalorian's coming to Disney Channel. They're pay per view. They're doing them. I've seen pictures about a Mandalorian warrior, but I don't know what time frame it's setting. I'd like to see him go back into Sith history, you know, which would sort of be interesting, you know, if they went back to Sith history. Right, hang on, sorry guys, right. But I really would like to see him go back into Sith history. I mean, the expanded universe, Pete, is great. You know, there was so much they could have brought onto the cinema from that. I like Admiral Thrawn as well, but they killed him off, didn't they, in that 2-part? Was it a 3-part series? Was it Heir to the Empire or something? Are you, Professor Fox? How are you, mate? Did you watch the new Alien Shot? No, I've heard a lot about them. Actually, I forgot about them. They're meant to be quite good, apparently. So I won't mind. Are they on YouTube, mate? Well, I've got a few days off this week, so I've got time to sort of catch up. You know, I bought a because I've been looking at Colonial Marine armor, you know, for the cosplay. But prices, it is a bit ridiculous what they're asking. But I got the Pulsar. I'm a massive Aliens fan, you know. But I'd like to. I've got Aliens Isolation on Xbox One. I've only just started playing that actually. It's a long game. Jen, is there only one available? Is that on YouTube, mate? Pete, if War of the Worlds is by BBC, it'll be. Yeah, well, Pete, you've got a good point there, mate, because after the debacle of mind the language, fracking Doctor Who, you know. Do you know what I mean? I am a bit worried because I'd really like to see that done properly. The only person who's done best version of that is Jeff Wayne. Honestly, Jeff Wayne, I think he's just nailed it, you know, for what it is. And we've all got the album and CDs for that, haven't we? It's a classic. Jeff Wayne totally nailed it. Right, I grew up with the Clone Wars. Yeah, I like Clone Wars. I really do. Excuse me. Have you seen the new poster of Star Wars 9? Yes, I have, yes. Well, I can't really say. Yeah, they've got a new creature in it, haven't they? We're on the Nerdist with Jessica Sobat. They do really good reviews. The poster, I did see it, yeah. With Kylo Ren and the red stormtroopers at the bottom, Jane, which was sort of interesting, you know. But I'm fascinated by the red stormtroopers, you know. I do like the First Order's armor, you know. Professor Foxtrot, cold containment is about 10 minutes on, pretty good. Right, IGN, right, I might go to IGN website and take a look at that. I'll do that after here, actually. So there's so much I've got to catch up on. I'm just starting on Last Ship season 5. Seriously, guys, so far behind. I'm 2 seasons behind on Supernatural. You know, last series I saw Supernatural where ended where God met his sister. You know, where they went off together, and then Men of Letters came in. I've got seasons 12 and 13. I've not watched them yet. It's finishing, isn't it? Next year. Arrow's been cancelled as well. To be honest, I'm glad Arrow's been cancelled. I'm getting bored of that. I like Stephen Amell, but Arrow, it went up its own. That's too much for me. It just got a bit, you know. Supergirl's sort of all right. I like the dude that's playing Lex Luthor. I like Flash, but Legends of Tomorrow's my favourite. There's Jen. Have you seen it? Yes, I have. Yeah, I've seen poster Jen. Cold Concepts back to pretty good. Can't wait for more. Brilliant. Yes, Big Jeff Wayne is an icon. It's brilliant. I think I'm hoping to go see his stage thing this year because I've heard he's at the O2 later this year. But I've got a couple of conventions to sort out later this year first. Your thoughts on C-3PO with a crossbow in the poster? I mean, I wasn't impressed. I mean, C-3PO don't run around shooting guns and crossbows, does he really? But unless they might have been reprogrammed. You know, he might have been reprogrammed and he's ready to sort of kick ass. Can you see it? C-3PO, the blaster, crunching it, going, let's lock and load. Yeah, it should be interesting. Well, he might be. He might be fighting this time. I mean, I don't know what's happened to Rebel Alliance. Apparently, they brought the Y-Wings back, apparently. You know, Y-Wings are going to be seen in this film as well. It's going to be a lot of old tech from the original trilogies coming back, what the Rebels use. You know. I mean, the best Star Wars film for me is Rogue One. I think Rogue One had it right. It was dark. It sort of like made the rebellion look like a terrorist organisation as well. They won, and they were fighting for the right cause, but the propaganda with it and the sacrifice, you know, they made with everything was good. And the ending when they all died, I thought was spectacular. I just think Rogue One and Vader in that scene down that corridor when he butchered them all. I just like to get back to that, and I think we've deterred from what Rogue One was into something where it's gone a bit wrong. I just think all the films should have been at that level of Rogue One. Everybody loves Rogue One. It's a fantastic film. And Solo will come. I really like Solo. Oh, did he? Oh. So is that supposed to wind up then, Jane? Is it? Well, it got on a couple of main channels on it. They were all sort of going on about it. Real Talk channel. Yeah, I agree. Rogue One is a fantastic film. It's a great prequel to Last Hope. It just fits nicely. And that scene with Vader, you know, when he goes in his back to tank on his like sanctuary where he lives, on the very planet where Obi-Wan did him. I'd like to see Ewan McGregor return as Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, in a film on is it Tatooine? I think he played a great Obi-Wan Kenobi. I do like the original. I do like the you know, Revenge of the Sith. A lot of Phantom Menace. I know we all panned it, but you know, it's got to start somewhere. I thought Attack of the Clones, it was good, but it was boring. It went on too long. But I thought Revenge of the Sith was amazing. How Palpatine played everybody off against each other. I mean, he's one of the greatest baddies ever. But apparently, he's in the new film. Matt Smith's playing him. It's there. It's fact. Matt Smith is going to be Palpatine. You know, and he was slightly mentioned in the Last Jedi, wasn't he? In the last one, when Luke said he played, we can't allow that to happen again. You know, so maybe Palpatine's coming, but I would have rather have seen him being resurrected somehow. You know, bringing him back. I think he's one of the greatest movie villains of all time. Did you read the book about him, Darth Plagueis? What an amazing read. He was Palpatine. He was a psychopath when he was growing up. He was like a serial killer. And even Darth Plagueis was wary of his own apprentice, you know, of the sadistic needs he had in him. All right. Oh, getting worried there, Jane. I thought, I'm going to do a review about that poster as well. You know. Pete, I like Rogue One, but wasn't so keen on the edgy nature left out. Yeah, it did. But I did like, for me, Pete, I did like that darkness to it. You know, it was rough for me, and that's what I liked about it. But there was so much they could have took from that and spread it into the more newer films. You know, the Death Star were impressive, though, don't you think? When you looked up at it like that and you saw it in orbit, it was pretty impressive, wasn't it? Somebody did a YouTube video. Apparently, if that were in orbit of our planet, it would affect our planet with gravity and that. But yeah, again, they'll have had some technology where they wouldn't have done that. I'm playing FIFA Manager at the moment and Malta won the World Cup. Oh, cool. Well, we've been trying for the last 30 years, mate. I think 1966 was the last time for us. You know. Oh, God. Hi, Steve. How are you, mate? Good to hear from you. You know, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're talking about Rogue One, War of the Worlds. Well, basically, everything science fiction. But we're going on about Star Wars at the moment, where we'd all like it to go, what we're not happy with. And it wasn't a goal. My friend who lives in Cornwall, he's really into FIFA. And Football Manager as well. He loves Football Manager. I tried getting into football games. I could never get into them. You know? I did try. Jen, when are we going to say a new starter? I don't think it's happening, Jen. Apparently, I don't think it's because Beyond but a flop, wasn't it? Well, it didn't do that brilliantly, did it? And, you know, they wanted Emsworth and Chris Pine wanted more money. And so I don't know if it's going to happen. I like the first one to be honest, I thought the first one wasn't that bad. I like the chemistry between McCoy, Carl Urban, Zachary Quinto, and Chris Pine. I thought they all worked. I thought the crew, Sam, all the crew were great, but I didn't like the bloody ship. Hated that ship. And I didn't like the whiteness on that bridge. It was too, do you know what I mean? And it wasn't a bad film, you know, but it was a bit of a lame story. But don't get me started on Into Darkness. I thought Into Darkness was terrible. It was just a cheap knocker. That was the start. Right, actually, what I'm going to do now, right, I'll probably get shot for this. But Star Trek Into Darkness, right, this is official, was Star Trek version of The Last Jedi. It was the one real terrible movie in Star Trek that matches up, right, to The Last Jedi is Star Trek Into Darkness. That is Star Trek's downfall. That film is awful. You know, it made Star Trek Insurrection look wonderful. It did. It was that bad. Yeah, no, it was Pete. Star Trek Into Shyness. I mean, that scene when he's, you know, when like, is it Kirk who's in warp chamber dying at radiation, and Spock's there, you know, can't, all that. It's just a classic moment in Wrath Khan, which Wrath Khan is the best Star Trek film ever made. It's a classic, and the death scene is powerful, well written, and well acted. It's their best acting they've ever done, you know, and you're on the edge of your seat, it affects you even now. Even Spock's funeral with Photon Torpedo and the mute's beautiful. And then they did Into Shyness. They did that, you know. Yeah, Star Trek Into Darkness is the equivalent of The Last Jedi. Oh, do you want to? Right, applause. Sorry, guys. Right, yeah, no, we're going to applause this. Right. I agree. It's time for a bloody applause. Yeah, and a bloody drum beat as well. Yeah. No, it is. That's what I think is fucking Star Trek Into Shyness. And I'm going to call it that from now on. Sorry for language, guys. Very sorry. Oh, Steve, thanks for subscribing. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate that. You know, absolutely terrible. Terrible. You know, Beyond were okay. Beyond Star Trek Beyond was okay. Would you not agree? It was the better one, but it was still terrible. It wasn't brilliant. I mean, I just don't think it's probably. I'm looking forward to the Picard Star Trek Destiny. I'm hoping they restore the true balance. The best movie of all time is Leprechaun 2. No! Oh, God, no! Leprechaun 2 back in the hood. Oh, God. VHS many years ago. What's she in there? Jennifer Aniston. She was in one of the Leprechaun films as well, wasn't she? And she sort of denies it now, doesn't she? You know, Jennifer Aniston, her Out of Friends. Right, hang on. Best Jane. Ricardo Montalban, who played Khan, is a Latino, and Benedict Cumberbatch is not that. Was a very bad casting. No, Benedict Cumberbatch, Jane, is a marvellous actor. And actually, he played a great villain, but it would have been better if it had been another villain instead of Khan. You know, but Benedict Cumberbatch, brilliant actor. I loved him as Doctor Strange. And he was good in that spy thing he did, that spy film they took from that TV series. Do you know what I mean? Hang on, Peter, let's say now playing an Indian replaced by an Englishman playing not count. Yeah, it is a bit confusing there, isn't it? It's like, do you remember soap operas when they used to change cast members? Didn't they used to do it in Neighbours all the time? They go on holiday and they come back as a different person, and you're like, well, who the bloody hell's that? You know, is Neighbours still going? Not seen it in 20 years. But yeah, Star Trek Beyond was terrible. I'm dreading. Well, thank God we're not getting Doctor Who till 2020. I think, trust me, it needs to go back to the drawing board or get cancelled. It does. You know, they need to get some decent writers on board, sit down with fan base and ask them what they want. No, he doesn't. He looks very English, doesn't he? Hey, do you know who his mother is, Jen? Do you know Benedict Cumberbatch's mother is? She was in UFO. Colonel Lake, his mother's the actress Wanda Vantham. She was big in 60s and 70s. She was all over TV. She was in like The Persuaders and Randall and Upkirk and The Avengers. She was in loads of stuff. She was also, I don't know if you know, does anybody remember that kids program? Into the Labyrinth. That was her as the witch. You know, that was a crazy, but that's her. You know, so she's quite famous. His mother's really famous in this country. She's done a lot of stuff. I think she might have done some Hammer movies as well. By no means, Jane. Pete, Doctor, what on the turn is? Well, that's where I feel about it myself, Pete. And you tell me every week, you know, you said about Doctor Who every week. And I did try to defend, but I've had, you know, I've followed it since I was a kid, you know, Pertwee, and you defend something you love, but I don't want Doctor Who to finish on this. You know, say Doctor Who say that they put it away for 10 years and then revitalise it. If Doctor Who's going to go out, I want it to go out on a high. You know, that masterpiece of the final episode with the Doctor, and then it comes back 10 years. I don't want it to finish at this. Not after that New Year's Day episode. It's the worst Doctor Who ever. It was that bad, it was actually entertaining. It was that bad, it was funny. It was like going to see a B movie. You know, when you watch one of them awful movies, it's terrible, but you end up watching it because it's so ridiculous. It's funny. But that's why you watch it. They put no effort into that New Year's Day. And, you know, I never knew Daleks could do stuff like that. You know, yeah, I think she was in Hammer, wasn't she? I think she was. I know. I am a glutton for putting. But yeah, but I was defending. You've got to realise, Pete, Pertwee, Baker, you know, Troughton, Tennant, Eccleston. God forbid, I don't want to say it, Matt Smith. You know, and Capaldi. You know, and the other classic Doctors, Sylvester McCoy. You know, somebody at Silver Nemesis. You know, I don't want to go into Trial of a Time Lord with the Vervoids. That was awful. You know, but some classic stories. The Pyramids of Mars. You know, The Deadly Assassin. That one with the Jageroff in Paris, the City of Danger or something in Paris. You know, that one is set in Paris when he's going back in time to alter himself. And Julian Glover plays it. Absolutely amazing. And then we got 12 episodes of that utter shite. There were 2 episodes in there, probably decent-ish, as I say. But it was terrible. I'm not knocking it. I defended it. It's 1 or 2 episodes. Well, sort of okay. But that New Year's Day episode, it was awful. It was terrible. I know. I'm sorry for ranting on about it. But the 1 or 2 episodes, I like Bradley Walsh. I liked her. Yeah, I know, you're right. You're right. I love it too, mate, but a soldier must always know when to call the bullshit on a faulty material. Yeah, you're right. It's true. It's true. That is a brilliant point. It was faulty and it needs fixing, Pete. You know, it needs fixing. I just don't want this thing we've loved and we've all met them and been at cons and spent money and bought all the stuff to go out on a low. I want it, if it's going to go out, then go out on a high, you know, where people are talking about it for years. It deserves that much respect, and it's British. All right, Jen, you retracted the message. Okay, right. Ah, exactly. Jen, Kirk didn't even find Khan into. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It was terrible. When Spock, oh God, I don't want to go into that scene. When Spock went, Khan, you're a fucking Vulcan. You don't do shit like that. I know you're half human. But you see when I'm sorry, it just annoys me, that film. It annoys. I sat in cinema fuming. You know, shouting out Khan, you know. And then he chased him down the street, jumping on them things, you know, jumping on them. You know, and then did you see when he did his Vulcan nerve pinch on him? I mean, it was terrible, wasn't it? Absolutely terrible. Sure, Star Trek into shyness. Star Trek's very own Last Jedi. Well, right, Captain Kirk saw Khan for the set in the TV set and then started into that Captain show. Yeah. Well, it was set in a different timeline, didn't it? Another cop out. Pete, this stuff should be mothballed until the SJW's done. Well, like I said before, for me, if you're going to put like politics or a message into a story, you know, give it meaning, give it substance, where you can walk away from that episode and think there's a point about that, and it, you know, it gets that message across. Not that cringy, you know, when it's cringy, like, I mean, you're like, oh, have they just done that? You know, the Star Trek original series, Let This Be Your Last Battlefield. You know, the episodes that were political and there was a message. Do you know what I mean? And about them two guys who look the same, and the big and the end, and both races had killed each other. And at the end, Kirk said, "You can't. You got to stop." And it ended just went on their dead planet trying to kill each other. The hate was so deep, but they got the message through. It was a powerful episode, and you say to people, "Wow, that's amazing," and it's so true for today. It's warning you, you know. But now we just get this like stuff rammed down your throat, and it gets a bit cringy. And I'm not political. Honestly, I'm not really, you know. But I don't want to watch something where it becomes really bloody cringy. And that's why I like Geeks and Gamers. This is where you can sort of start going along with it, because they do have a point on some of it, you know. All right, are you going, Jen? All right, are you going to be back next Sunday, Jen? Well, have a great week, Jen, and I'll see you next week, Jen. Honestly, have a good one. Right, yeah, guys, I'll be on 7 o'clock next week. I'm going to go, actually. I've been on an hour and 8 minutes. Right, I've got to go, so I've got for tomorrow. Right, Jane, have an awesome week, and I will hang on. Let me do you an applause before you go, Jane. I think you're worthy of an applause. Hang on. Let's go there. Bye, Jane. See you next week. There you go. Right, I will set all this up in. Right, hang on. RTC, yeah, bye. Politics and message are raison d'etre of good. Yeah, I agree. That's it. You just, Monsignor, you've just hit it, Monju, you've just hit it right on the thing. Politics and messages are the raison d'etre of good sci-fi, but don't preach to me. Write it well and don't underestimate my intelligence. Thank you. Thank you. That is perfect for how I see it. You just answered it brilliantly. And that's what it should be. Brilliant. And understanding, connection. Brilliant. Right. And you're getting a full round of applause for that. Full round of applause. Yeah. Get the full round. Because that is perfect. It is perfect. Goes off extra. Brilliant. Yeah. Perfect. You're right, mate, because when they start insulting their intelligence, that's when you find it patronising. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Doctor Who did. That is what Doctor Who did. Do you know what I mean? So, totally right. And on that note, which was perfect, I'm going to go. I've just uploaded my Star Trek Discovery review. Not impressed with this week's episode. I will be on next Sunday, guys, at 7 o'clock. Jane, Pete, RTC, Red Hulk, Red Bull, everybody, guys, thanks for tuning in. Had an amazing stream again. It always goes really quick, doesn't it? I will see you on Sunday at 7. And yeah. Live long and prosper, and do not watch Star Trek Into Shyness. Star Trek Into Shyness. I love it, man. That's classic. But yeah, Pete, finish this on perfect words. Raison d'etre of good sci-fi, but don't preach to me. Write it well and don't underestimate my intelligence. Perfect. Love it. All right, optimistically cynical. Right, hang on, 2 more minutes. Sorry. Hello, optimistically cynical. I recently lost my 2-year-old son to a choke, and we were listening to all this, and I thought this mum said, "Put another dime in the juice box, baby." Right, guys, I have got to go because, you know, life must go on and back to reality. Right, right, I'm going. Yeah, same to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome stream again. I'll be doing a couple of videos midweek. I think I'm going to do Randall and Opkirk actually, and some Doctor Who. And yeah, definitely next Sunday, and start at Discovery on Friday. Right, guys, take care, live long and prosper.